Why can't you just understand?
I'm trying to, but you're not making any sense. And if they ask, I will tell them.
This is all your fault, you know that. You never listen.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way. It's your choice.
I understand.
Clear the hard way.
She chased fame. The world looked away. 10 months later, they found what silence hides best, a murder no one bothered to notice. The first strange thing about the apartment wasn't what we found, it was what we didn't. No smell, no flies, no neighbors complaining. 10 months and the body had waited in silence. I stood in the doorway of apartment 3B, staring at what used to be a living room. Dust coated the furniture like a second skin. The curtains were drawn, frozen in time, as if the woman inside had simply stepped out and forgotten to return. Her name was Lena Moore, an actress, or at least that's what she had been trying to become. She lay on the bedroom floor, bones sharp under dried skin, hair tangled into something that barely resembled human, mummified, preserved by accident. The heater had been left on low, windows sealed. Time had done the rest. I'd seen death before, plenty of it, but this one felt personal, even though I'd never met her. Cause of death? My partner asked quietly behind me. I didn't answer, not yet. Because before the autopsy, before the reports, before the suspects, there was a story here. And stories don't start with death. They start with leaving. Lena had left home at 21. Her parents' names came up quickly. Strict, religious, publicly respectable. They hadn't approved of her acting dreams. According to the file, they'd called it shameful. She called it freedom. She moved into an empty house first, a property owned by a distant relative who barely visited. That's where she practiced lines in front of cracked mirrors and recorded auditions at 3 in the morning. She got small roles, background at first, then commercials, then a supporting role in a late-night drama that nobody remembers now, but it was enough to make her believe. Belief is dangerous. It makes people brave, and bravery has consequences. Her parents cut her off completely. No calls, no visits, no forgiveness. Then came the marriage, a rushed one, a producer's assistant, charming smile, short temper, the kind of man who promised protection and delivered control. The marriage lasted less than a year. Divorce papers were signed quietly, no media noise, no scandal. After that, Lena moved here, this apartment. Cheap rent, no visitors, no close friends listed. Her phone records stopped abruptly 10 months ago. Last outgoing call, voicemail to her mother. Unanswered. I crouched beside the body, careful not to disturb the fragile remains. Her hand was curled, as if gripping something that wasn't there anymore. 10 months, I murmured, and nobody noticed. That's when it hit me. Someone had. Someone knew she was dead, or knew she wouldn't be missed. This wasn't just a forgotten woman. This was a perfectly ignored murder. I stood up, my jaw tightening. Whoever did this hadn't rushed. They hadn't panicked. They had counted on silence, and silence had obeyed. As I stepped out of the apartment, I looked once more at the door, the chipped paint, the untouched lock. 10 months ago, someone had walked away from this place knowing exactly what they'd left behind, and now I was going to walk toward them. I started where the silence began. Lena's phone was useless, battery swollen, data corrupted, but records don't lie the way people do. Call logs, bank statements, rental agreements, a life reduced to transactions and missed connections. Her landlord was first, Mr. Halverson, 62, divorced, lived 2 floors below. "I thought she moved out," he told me, hands shaking around a chipped coffee mug. "Actors leave all the time, unstable lives." "Did you ever check the apartment?" I asked. He avoided my eyes. "She paid 6 months in advance. After that, I didn't want trouble." That was the pattern. Everyone had a reason. None of them sounded like guilt. All of them sounded like convenience. The medical examiner confirmed what I already suspected. Blunt force trauma to the back of the skull. One clean hit, no defensive wounds. She'd known her killer. I visited the studio where Lena had last worked. The receptionist remembered her immediately. "Quiet girl," she said. "Too quiet for this industry." "Anyone close to her?" She hesitated. "There was a woman, older, not staff, always waiting outside." That was new. Security footage gave me a blurry shape. Tall, hair pulled back, standing near the exit. Visiting often, leaving alone. I paused the frame, my pulse steady but heavy. Women kill differently. They wait. They endure. Then they decide. Next stop was Lena's ex-husband. Evan Cross lived in a condo that smelled like money and loneliness. He smiled too quickly when he saw my badge. "Lena? I haven't spoken to her in ages." "Your neighbors say you argued, loudly, about money." He shrugged. "Divorces are ugly." "Did you visit her apartment?" "No." Lie. His alibi checked out for the estimated time of death, but something about him stuck to me. Not murderer, just another man who'd taken something and walked away. Then there were the parents. They hadn't reported her missing, not once. Her mother sat across from me, spine rigid, eyes dry. "She chose that life," she said. "We warned her." "Did she contact you before she died?" Silence. I slid the phone record across the table. The voicemail was still there, untouched. Her mother didn't cry. She didn't need to. Guilt had already done the damage. But guilt doesn't kill, not like this. Back at my desk, I spread everything out. Photos, timelines, names. The woman from the studio kept pulling at my thoughts. I dug deeper into Lena's early years in the industry, auditions, acting classes, private coaching. That's when I found her, Marianne Cole. Former actress, career ended quietly years ago. Now a private acting coach, known for intense emotional mentoring. Former tenant, same apartment building, apartment 3C. My stomach tightened. Same floor, same hallway. 10 months of shared silence. I drove there immediately. The apartment was empty, clean, too clean. But on the kitchen counter, taped beneath a drawer, I found a single photograph. Lena, smiling, an arm around her shoulder, and written on the back in careful ink, "You took the life I was promised." I exhaled slowly. This wasn't rage, this was entitlement. And somewhere out there, Marianne Cole had been waiting for someone like me to start listening. People think killers run. They don't. They stay close. They watch to see if the world notices. Marianne Cole hadn't disappeared. She'd simply stepped back into the shadows she knew best. I found her name in a community theater registry 2 towns over. Volunteer acting coach, unpaid, respected. The kind of woman people trusted because she spoke softly and listened deeply. I arrived during rehearsal. She stood alone in the empty front row, watching a young actress stumble through a monologue about heartbreak. Marianne corrected her gently, her voice warm, almost maternal. "Feel the loss," she said. "Don't pretend it. Let it rot inside you." The words made my skin crawl. When she noticed me, her expression didn't change. No surprise, no fear. "You're here about Lena," she said. I nodded. "You knew this day would come." She smiled faintly. I was wondering how long it would take. We talked outside, cold air, no witnesses. She was talented, but talent without gratitude is theft. I let her talk. People always confess in pieces before they realize they're confessing. She had everything, she continued. The youth, the face, the chances. I gave her guidance. I opened doors, and she walked through them without looking back. You lived on the same floor, I said. You knew she was alone. Marianne didn't deny it. She stopped answering me, she said, stopped needing me. There it was. Not jealousy, replacement. She came to me that night, she said, crying. Said she was done. Said she wanted a normal life. My voice stayed steady, and you couldn't let her leave the stage. I couldn't let her waste it. One push, back of the head, the heater left on, the door locked carefully behind her. She thought she was preserving a moment. Instead, she preserved a corpse. I signaled the officers waiting down the street. Marianne didn't resist as they cuffed her. She only looked past me toward the theater doors. They'll forget her again, she whispered. No, I said, they won't. Lena Moore was buried a week later. Small service, no cameras. Her parents came. So did a few actors who barely knew her, but felt like they should have. I stayed at the back. Justice doesn't fix silence. It just breaks it. As I walked away from the grave, I thought about the apartment, the closed curtains, the life that ended quietly because too many people found it easier to not look. This case will fade. They always do. But somewhere another young woman is standing in front of a mirror, practicing lines in an empty house, believing that being seen is the same as being safe. I hope someone is watching. Please like and subscribe.
They
Thanks
said
for
the
watching.
truth wouldn't bring him back. Maybe not. But it's all I've got.